Jordan Watson, assistant coach for the Siena Saints, joining us. And Jordan, you know I love you, but why is Jimmy ducking me?
Well, it's widely known that Jimmy doesn't like you guys.
Right.
So, I'm here to set the record straight that is very true.
Thank you.
Wow. It's a little hurtful.
I knew he didn't like Goz. I didn't know it was me, too.
No, obviously kidding. Jimmy loves you guys. We got a lot going on campus, trying to get ready for this game, and he sent me in his place, so hopefully I don't screw up too bad.
I don't think that's going to happen. Iona Gales tonight now. This isn't the same Iona team you played last year.
Very true.
Is that even almost more pressure? Like we have to beat them now. They've had their time in the sun. It's time to smack them out of it.
You know, I don't think there's any added pressure. This is a big game. People talk about, a lot of people look at our last game against Manhattan, and maybe that wasn't as big of a game. But when you're in a program, when you're on a team, you know that every game is big. And if you don't beat Manhattan at Manhattan, which was a tough game, tough program, they've won the league twice in 4 years, then this game's not as big. So we look at every game kind of the same. Fans and different people will kind of dissect it how they want. But this is an Iona team that's extremely dangerous, as you guys know. They can beat just about anybody. They can get a huge lead on you. You can come back. They'll keep you in it. But they can also come back if you get up on them, because offensively there's just no one as dangerous as they are in the league.
Have you been reminding your guys that Iona won on this court last year to bring home the MAC championship and go off to the NCAA tournament?
You know, we have, but I don't think we need to. I mean, our seniors know this program and know this team well. And although they do have some transfers in here and it's a different look, they have the same name on the front of the jersey, and they've played well in this arena, it seems like, over the past few years. But we're excited to play. Our seniors are excited. These are the types of games that are fun to play at the TU. Hopefully we have a great crowd. Thanks to you guys for coming out here to help promote the game. The weather looks to be decent, and hopefully we can get as many people in these seats as possible.
So, tickets still available, by the way. Times Union Center, just hit the box office and come on in.
I'm a little confused about something that's happened with your program. It involves a player by the name of Roman Penn. How did this happen, and how is he now on your team? I just don't get this.
Roman's been in school now for a week. He's doing well. He's been to every class. It is interesting. This is a very unique situation with him. Roman was a qualifier out of high school, so he graduated from high school, didn't have the size or didn't pass the eye test, so didn't really get the scholarship offers that he would have liked. So he went to a prep school, sort of a different type of prep school, and we saw him midway through the year actually going to see a couple other guys, and kind of caught our eye because we were really looking for a point guard. And after talking to him and kind of where he's from and the situation that he's in, it just made sense for him to come now. For a lot of reasons, to get him in class. So basically this is like his redshirt year.
So his eligibility would still be 4 years starting next year? Or
yes.
Okay.
He'll be a freshman next year for us, and then he'll act as his redshirt year. And it's nice for us to get our hands on him and get him into the school, into practice, and learning our plays and getting around the guys and things like that. Because the point guard position is probably the toughest to learn at the college level. So now he gets a little bit of a head start, which hopefully will help him going into the fall next year.
Siena State's assistant coach Jordan Watson joining us right now on Levack and Goz. So the start of the season, little rocky. Won 5 of the last 6. Yep. What's different? What happened?
We're playing well. You know, I think a lot of people talk about that, and there was a lot of expectation this year, and that's good. I mean, you want to be. I think we were picked second in most of the polls. If we win tonight, we're tied for third, 1 game out of second. So we're kind of right where we need to be. Our schedule was tough. It's widely known. And you go through things. Every team has problems and things that happen throughout the year. The key with any college basketball team is weathering those problems. You have injuries, you have suspensions, you have girlfriends, and all types of stuff that go into it. So you kind of have to weather that stuff, and then whoever keeps it all together towards the end. I mean, listen, we're still in January.
Right.
I mean, it's like you're playing for March. So there was never any no one was ever like, oh man, this is over. Jimmy's done a great job keeping this program on pace, focused, keeping that one goal in mind, and that's those 3 games in March. And so we're playing well. We're playing better. Guys are having fun playing.
I think one of the things that Coach Bansels does well to make sure your players don't get into a lull or kind of make this feel like a job is mixing it up with things off the court, whether it be history, whether it be television.
Sure.
He has all these crazy comparisons about life. Have you ever been sitting there thinking, wait, how is he making this a comparison
where's
to
he
basketball?
going with
You know,
this?
it's funny because I used to kind of think that, but it's not as crazy as you think. Most of that stuff is very connected, and it's very useful for our guys because it really kind of brings things in the real world to basketball, and he's a great teacher. You know, not a lot of people in college coaching consider themselves or would look at a college coach to be a teacher, but he really is. I mean, he's a professor of so many different subjects, and he brings all that to the team. And sometimes, of course, they roll their eyes and, you know, what is this guy talking about, you know? But in the end, that stuff really works, and our guys appreciate that stuff in the end, and it really gives them more of a world view and lets them look outside of just our little program and say, well, you know, all these people, there's so much pressure on Siena basketball. Well, look outside a little bit. You're just playing a game. You're trying to win a basketball game. Things could be a whole lot worse. And so his ability to kind of put that perspective into our program is second to none.
Now, we've had Jimmy on a handful of times back when he liked us. And he would always make a point, like, he'll ask for a tech. He'll do something to get everybody's mind back in the game. You know, give me one, don't give me two. Now, I know that Siena has already commented as much as they're going to on the issues from the Rider game, but when you see the team, does something like that kind of actually pay off for the team and bring you closer together?
I think when you go through things like that, of course there's going to be some positives you can draw from it. You never want to have scuffles or fists thrown or anything like that. I mean, you never want to have guys suspended for a game. I mean, those types of things hurt you as a program and as a team. But when you look back, when you go through a lot of things like that, they can definitely help benefit the program. And that's part of the reason why we have such a tough schedule. You know, we lost at Asheville. We lost at Florida Gulf Coast. But when you learn lessons from those games at St. Bonaventure, which was a tight game, it's all worth it in the end. And those types of things bring your team closer together. And our guys are really playing probably the most together they have all year, which is good because this is the time of year you really want to do that.
Now you fed us a question to John D'Argenio, which we won't reveal yet. He's coming on with 3:15, but we have to ask you a question about one of your players. Brett Bisping is going to join us at 4:15. Should we be asking him a certain question? Is there something you want us, in honor of you, to ask him that maybe you haven't asked
Brett
him before?
Or John?
Brett.
Either. Both.
Or either.
Yeah, do our work for us, George.
I know what you want us to ask John, so I'll keep that.
You make Jimmy look good, make us look good. We're ready.
How about what is Brett going to be serving at his wedding?
Oh, really?
That's a good question.
You got the invite, of course, right?
I'm hoping for it. Yeah, okay. I got to save the date. I think that means you get the invite,
I think
right?
you're in. I think you're in at that point. We didn't get that.
Brett is a model for our program. I mean, that guy, he does everything we ask. He's like the best rebounder in the league. He gets great grades. Just a model citizen for our team, and not only just our team, but for our whole league in general.
It feels like he's been on the team for 15 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we've been talking about
his knees feel like he's been on the team for 100 years.
But it does, like, he's been that name, like, you know, in the local radio community, like, oh, Siena, Bisping kid tonight, you know, like forever we've been talking about him.
For sure, and that's something that all of our seniors can kind of look at. All four of our seniors, and Jimmy Tennis, our fifth, who obviously doesn't play as much but has been a great guy with us for a few years as a walk-on. Those four seniors have played for 4 years. I mean, they've all scored 1,000 points. They've won a ton of games. They've kind of done everything you'd ask them to do over the course of a career in college basketball. So, you know, we really want to win for those guys. And Brett and the other three seniors, we're going to go as far as those four guys take us, and all four of them have been really good this year, and like I said, we really want to win for them.
Before I let you get back to work and do what you need to do, we talk about the Knicks all the time. He loves the fact that Kurt Rambis is the defensive coordinator.
He chuckled at that. He chuckled. He knows what's up.
Jordan Watson, the assistant coach on the stage. Do you guys have a defensive coordinator?
We don't.
What? Come on!
You know, it's
stunning, huh?
Because I've had this conversation with people, and it's like the game is so fast. When does offense start and defense begin? And, you know, your defense turns into offense, and there's turnovers quick. And football's very different. I mean, a down set, everybody's ready. Basketball's very fast, so we don't really divvy the defensive or the offensive responsibilities on our team. So, but it's an interesting question.
It just kind of points out one more reason the Knicks aren't that good this year, right? I mean,
you know, it's funny. I don't know. Like Phil and Mello, I mean, what's going on? Do they just need to go get some coffee, or what's the deal?
I think Melo's going to be off the team. I think it's right. Over. I mean, they just pushed it too far. And if I'm the Western Conference, I'm laughing my butt off right now. Like, everybody in the East is going crazy, and I'm sitting here going, I've got all-stars. I don't care.
Exactly. And that just goes to show you, even in professional sports, every team has their problems. I mean, look at the Bulls. I mean, they have no talent. They can't figure it out. They're all starting to fight within the team now. You know, should they have gotten rid of Thibodeau? There's all these questions around, you know, are they going to go to the playoffs ever with Fred Hoiberg, and I mean every organization has their problems, and it just goes back to the team or the organization that's able to kind of weather through those things is going to be the team that's there in the end.
All right, Jordan, I know you're busy. I appreciate you making time, unlike that Patos fella. So good luck tonight.
He loves you guys, man.
I know.
He'll be back.
I love him too, and I just like busting on him because I feel like if I was too nice to him, he wouldn't know what to do with me. So you know, he's got Roger to kiss his butt. We'll
I hope you guys have fun at the Super Bowl, man. That's gonna be
appreciate it. It's gonna be a great time. Good luck tonight against Iona. Again, Time Union Center. Tip off is 7:00. Still time to get tickets in here. Coach, have fun tonight and good luck out there.